Well, traffic along Martin Luther King Drive now clear after being backed up for hours, but it's all for a good cause. The 17th annual turkey giveaway hosted by a local reverend. The night team's Camelia Wada shows us the return of the event that came with a special gift.
Hundreds of turkeys, piles of vegetables, stuffing, rolls, and dozens of volunteers eager to get it out to families who may not be able to afford a Thanksgiving meal. Some people waited in their cars for nearly 4 hours. This is just a portion of the 2.5-mile-long waiting line that goes all the way down Martin Luther King Drive.
Obviously, I'm first in line, get my stuff, put it in the freezer, and be ready to cook it.
Others had their eye on an extra treat. 2 free Spurs tickets for every car.
I'm really interested in the tickets for real, the basketball tickets, but a free turkey and hamburgers and hot dogs, that'll help anytime.
As inflation spikes, every little bit helps. That's why Tanya Waiters is thankful for the giveaway.
And it's awesome just to see what they're doing for the community. And then right now with everyone struggling with the economy, you know, it's really, really hard. Yes. So it's good just to see how they're giving back to the community.
Reverend James Robinson has hosted this giveaway at the KCHL radio station for 17 years. He takes after his mother, who fed the homeless. Robinson says today's giveaway is to continue her legacy.
No matter what side of the town you are, what color you are, she was a blessing to the community, and I'm just trying to fulfill her dream.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's take a live look outside on this fine, chilly fall Saturday night. 47 degrees. We've been waiting a long time for this, folks.
Look at you so spunky once the temperature drops below 50.
Can we do this show outside?
I'm down for it.
Midwestern.
Tell you what, yeah.
Very Midwestern of him to enjoy this weather. Hey, I'm liking it too, guys. You know, it's actually going to feel a lot like a January stretch of days here rather than mid-November. Take a look at the day today. We got up to 61 degrees for the high temperature. That's it, 12 degrees below the average. And our morning low this morning was 41. Here's the thing, that's the coldest we've been since March 13th, 244 days. And tomorrow morning, we're going to be even colder. We've got clear skies, calming winds. That is the perfect recipe to see temperatures tumble in the overnight hours. Right now, it's 48 degrees in Del Rio. Again, the high was 61. We're already down to 47 in San Antonio, 38 in Kerrville, 43 in New Braunfels, 45 in Hondo. And as we get a little closer here to some neighborhoods, it's already 36 degrees at Bernie Stage Airfield, right on the Kendall and Bexar County line. Some areas across our KSAT 12 viewing area are going to experience their first freeze of the season. This is a look at tomorrow morning's low temperatures. North of this pink line here, that's where we're going to see a freeze. It'll be 28 in Comfort, 28 in Bernie, 28 in Bulverde, 30 in Helotes, 32 in Hondo, 32 in Sabinal, 32 in New Braunfels and Canyon Lake, and 32 in Uvalde. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Around San Antonio, we're still going to be seeing temperatures above freezing, but it's north of that pink line in northern Bexar County that will see some areas experience freezing temperatures. Stone Oak, The Rim, Helotes, Scenic Oaks, Leon Springs area, Bernie, of course, up to Kerrville, New Braunfels, Canyon Lake. Remember to take care of your pets. Make sure they have a warm place to stay tonight. And if you do have any kind of sensitive vegetation to temperatures, cover them or bring them inside. Again, we'll only be below freezing for an hour, maybe 2 hours early tomorrow morning, but still that light freeze, first one of the season for those north of that pink line in northern Bexar County and across the hill country. Then in your KSAT 12-hour forecast tomorrow, we're going to be pretty cool in the morning. Temperatures will be in the 40s. We'll still be at 54 degrees at noon. A few more clouds in the afternoon. Winds from the east at 5 to 15 miles per hour and a high temperature of 60 degrees in San Antonio. The average high is 72, so we're going to be cooler than that by some 12 degrees. Elsewhere, it'll be 57 in Rock Springs, 60 in Kerrville, 62 in Hondo, 64 in Pleasanton, 62 in Del Rio, and 60 in Gonzales. So what's next? Well, that front that moved through yesterday is pushing off across parts of the East Coast right now, bringing some snowfall to the Midwest. In its wake, we've got another cold front that's going to be moving through San Antonio on Monday. Here's the parent low to that system. You can see the snow in parts of Nevada this evening rather. And as we look at the futurecast, it's going to be quiet tomorrow with increasing clouds, but by early Monday, we'll see scattered light to moderate rain. The morning commute will be damp in some spots early on Monday. We're not expecting a ton of rainfall with this, but just something to keep in mind as you're planning your week ahead. Then that front is going to move through, push the rain to the east. By the afternoon on Monday, there's going to be quite a bit of snow in parts of Oklahoma. While we'll just be dealing with much colder air behind that front, it's going to keep things cool for us in the week ahead. So take a look at this forecast. Again, it looks a lot more like January than November. Early tomorrow, again, a light freeze in the hill country, 60 degrees in San Antonio, 59 on Monday with that scattered rain. And behind that front, mornings in the upper 30s, highs in the 50s, even cooler on Thursday for us. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about our lack of rainfall so far this year and the potential rain we could see on Monday morning.
We need it. We need it. And these temperatures, we need it as well.
Yeah, let's keep those around. I like those.
Happy Tim. This is Happy Tim. What is happening?
Finally in my element.
There you go, Tim.
Thanks, Sarah.
All right, Andrew, things have been rough for UTSA throughout the year. It seems like every weekend they've been in a street fight, except today.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, like, it had heartburn the last couple weeks. They go into double overtime last week against UAB. This week, no heartburn. Kavorian Barnes starred in a huge win for UTSA as they picked up their 7th straight and earned a share of the Conference USA title. We'll show you how they got it done. Plus, Trinity is undefeated for the 2nd straight regular season. Got that too next. Home sweet dome for UTSA football, looking for their 7th straight win this afternoon against Louisiana Tech. Roadrunners march right down the field on their first offensive possession. Off play action, Frank Harris flips it to Joshua Cephas, and he races in for the 9-yard touchdown. Just like that, it's 7-0 UTSA. Their next offensive possession, they get on the board again. This time, Kavorian Barnes takes the handoff, finds some running room, and he is off to the races. 46 yards to the house. Roadrunners running away with it already. It's 14-0. And they keep it going after forcing a turnover on downs. Brendan Brady powers in for the 1-yard score. That makes it 21-0 UTSA. La Tech finally gets off the mat with a touchdown on their next possession, but the Roadrunners answer right back in the second quarter. Barnes, again, breaks free along the boundary, and he is gone. That's a 27-yard touchdown, and UTSA leads it 28-7. Defense just keeps on forcing turnovers. On the ensuing possession, this pass is intercepted by Clifford Chapman. He returns it to the Bulldog 40-yard line. That leads to a field goal as the Roadrunners lead it 34-7 at halftime. UTSA forces 5 turnovers today, 3 picks and 2 fumble recoveries, and there is no heartburn in the dome. They win it 51-7.
We got momentum from defense. They got us the ball short side of the field, so we went out there and executed. And I think the play calling was very well, and everybody just did, their 1/11th, and as a result, went out there and scored.
We were pretty much as good as we can do it. So really proud and happy for my guys to get that feeling. I'm sure everybody in this room is probably relieved that we could, about middle of the 3rd quarter, you could start deciding this thing was almost over, and that was a good feeling.
The Roadrunners have now clinched a share of the Conference USA title. They'll next hit the road to face Rice at noon. Trinity returned home with a chance to clinch a 2nd straight undefeated regular season, and the Tigers are rolling in the second quarter. Already up 24-0 on Sewanee. B.J. Stewart corrals the punt at midfield, races to the near sideline, tight ropes the boundary, and he is gone. 57 yards to the house for his 2nd punt return touchdown of the game. Tigers lead 31-0 at halftime, and they cruise to a 38-0 victory. So Trinity finishes the regular season at 10-0. Next up, the Division III playoffs. Elsewhere, Texas State falls to South Alabama 38-21, and TLU drops their final game of the season 45-16 to Hardin-Simmons. Top 25 showdown in Austin tonight. Number 18 Texas taking on number 4 TCU, as seen right here on KSAT 12. Texas needs to rally. 4th quarter down 17-3. Max Duggan fumbles the exchange. He tries to fall on it but can't corral it. And Jahdae Barron scoops it up and takes it back 48 yards for a game-changing touchdown. Longhorns making it interesting late, down 17-10. But the Horned Frogs convert a pair of 3rd downs on the ensuing drive. So it's too little too late. TCU moves to 10-0. They win at 17-10 and have clinched a berth in the Big 12 championship. Elsewhere in the Big 12, Kansas State tops Baylor 31-3. Texas Tech beats Kansas 43-28. Earlier today, West Virginia beats Oklahoma 23-20, and Oklahoma State tops Iowa State 20-14. Texas A&M trying to snap a 5-game losing streak at Auburn tonight. Aggies down 10-3 in the fourth quarter. Colby Wooden sacks Connor Wegman from behind. The ball is loose, and the Tigers recover. That play leads to the eventual game-winning field goal and make it 6 straight losses. The Aggies lose 13-10.
We know what we're capable of. We've shown time and time again this year that we can beat anyone. Most points this season, that speaks for itself. So really confident in us and our game model and what we're going to do.
One more fight for all the marbles. San Antonio FC will take on perennial power Louisville City FC tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. at Toyota Field. Tickets are pretty much all sold out at this point, but if you're going, be loud and proud and help them win the title at home. And coming up later in sports, the Bi-District Round wraps up tonight at Ferris with Harlan taking on Del Rio. Had some great plays from that one.
Just as long as you don't have any more highlights that are going to make Miss Sarah sad.
Highlights is an interesting term.
We lost 2, and I'm not moping, okay? Okay, that's true.
All right, still to come here on the Night Beat.
Exposing the flaws of a system claiming to help veterans. That was the goal of a local man's move to get the VA to change its policy. How he did it and how this impacts all veterans.
And the flu and RSV are hitting dangerous new numbers across the nation. A breakdown of the surge we are seeing now and why doctors say it could be just the beginning. Tonight, CDC officials saying 14 states are reporting very high levels of influenza-like activity.
According to the agency, the U.S. is seeing the highest levels of hospitalizations at this point in flu season in more than a decade.
ABC's Alex Baldwin explains how these cases and hospitalizations are affecting both adults and children.
According to the CDC, influenza has already claimed 1,300 lives in the U.S., 2.8 million cases of the flu nationwide, 23,000 people hospitalized.
The majority of cases that I'm diagnosing and that we're seeing across the country are influenza A, which is typically more associated to a more aggressive season.
For the second consecutive week, cases, hospitalizations, and deaths nearly doubling.
Here we are again, thinking about and planning for a surge that will be really hard for us to absorb over the next couple of months.
Respiratory illnesses, including the flu and RSV, are hitting young children especially hard, with some health experts believing the recent relaxation of pandemic-era mitigation measures may be a contributing factor.
Many of our younger children have never seen the infection, and so now that it's circulating a little bit more typically, there are many more people susceptible to infection. And the younger you are when you get infected, the more likely you are to have a more acute presentation.
Cases of RSV are overwhelming pediatric hospitals nationwide, with pediatric bed occupancy now at 78%. Michigan's C.S. Mott Children's Hospital said Thursday it's 100% full.
We have stretchers in the hallway. We have children being treated in chairs in the hallway.
Last month in Maine, Shannon Goodwin's infant daughter Rue was rushed to the hospital when her case of RSV became severe.
They called 911, rushed her to the hospital where they tried to intubate her 7 times. And then they had to do CPR for 4.5 minutes because they lost her heartbeat.
After 10 days, she was taken off the ventilator and is now recovering. In Kansas City, this elementary school closed for 3 days after more than a fifth of its students came down with respiratory illnesses like COVID-19, RSV, or the flu. Alex Baldwin, ABC News, Washington.
Embattled actor Alec Baldwin filing a lawsuit over last year's fatal shooting on the set of Rust, suing several key crew members. One of those being sued include the film's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, for giving him that loaded gun that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Baldwin's lawsuit claims Gutierrez-Reed, quote, failed to check the bullets or the gun carefully, end quote, and had been acting recklessly. Last November, Reed's attorney claiming she had no idea where those live rounds came from. Baldwin's lawsuit claims he suffered substantial damages as a result of the defendant's alleged negligence. He is seeking an undisclosed amount of damages.
Ukrainians celebrating Kherson after retreating Russian forces. President Zelensky calling it a historic day, saying the people of Kherson never gave up. With Russia retreating, Ukrainian troops captured stocks of ammunition that were abandoned and took back more than 1,000 square miles of territory in the south, according to an official there. But Russia is still targeting energy infrastructure across Ukraine. The energy company saying it now needs supplies from abroad to carry out the repairs.
Now to a recall alert. Tesla announcing a voluntary recall of more than 40,000 vehicles that could have a power steering issue. The recall involves Model S and Model X vehicles built between 2017 and 2021. Some motorists have reported their electric cars lose power steering on bumpy roads or after hitting a pothole. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports that the defect does not affect steering control itself. Instead, it means the driver has to use more strength to turn the wheel, especially at lower speeds. The fix involves downloading a software update. So far, no injuries have been reported in connection with that recall.
Well, a Texas man takes on the federal government on behalf of veterans and wins. Now, thanks to his fight, the VA pays for organ transplant treatment for veterans and keeps them in their own communities.
The night team's Patty Santos tells us how the local University Health Transplant Institute and Audie Murphy VA Hospital led the charge in a policy change that will save lives across our nation.
The traveling is really hard. You're already sick enough as it is.
In 2016, when Charles Nelson needed a second kidney transplant, he knew the long recovery ahead of him and his living donor. He asked the VA to use the Veterans Choice program to stay close to home.
Let me go across the street. So it's very hard when you have to travel when you're sick.
But red tape in the Veterans Choice program denied his living donor, his son, coverage, leaving them frustrated and at a loss of what to do next.
You don't know where to go. You don't know who to turn to. It's, the bureaucracy of a federal government agency, and it was just disappointing.
Through other means, he was able to fund the cost to cover the care for his donor. Average costs range from $70,000 to $100,000. But the experience sparked a movement to expose the flaws in a system that's supposed to cover veterans and their donors.
Don't think that the government's too big that you can't raise your voice and say, hey, there's something wrong here.
In July of 2022, the VA changed its policy to include coverage costs for living donors.
The restrictions on it are loosened up a little bit or eased up, and not completely to where we want it, but it is still making progress.
The entire country, and certainly our transplant center, owes them a tremendous thank you.
University Health Transplant Institute and the Audie Murphy VA Hospital were behind the Nelsons in their journey to fix the system.
Why it's so critical that they pass the living donation component of this is the access to care. It's the chance that you'll have a normal life as soon as possible.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
It has only been 2 weeks since Elon Musk took over Twitter, and the social media app remains in the headlines. This time, news about leaked audio. We have the snippet and why it is upsetting more than just Twitter employees. Well, the fallout from Elon Musk becoming CEO of Twitter continues, this time after leaked audio of a meeting where Musk demanded employees head back to the office. In the audio, you hear Musk discuss the future of the social media app. Take a listen.
I think we just definitely need to bring in more cash than we spend, or if we don't do that and there's a massive negative cash flow, then bankruptcy is not out of the question.
Nothing too crazy there, but the fact that there's leaked audio of him, I guess, is the part of the story here we care about. Now, within 2 weeks of Musk's official takeover, he fired nearly 50% of the workforce, along with mandating that most employees work from the office or find a new job. It's a huge reversal from Twitter's previous policy and the cause of now a proposed class action lawsuit.
Well, look at live cam right now. It is a chilly evening out there with mostly clear skies and calming winds. Temperatures are going to fall pretty quickly. Today, we were able to see a high temperature of 61 in San Antonio. That is 12 degrees cooler than seasonably average. And our low this morning was 41, the coldest we've been since mid-March. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be even colder in many spots around South Central Texas. A freeze warning for early tomorrow morning until about 9 o'clock. Remember to bring in your pets and bring in any kind of sensitive vegetation as well. You'll notice that Bexar County not included in this freeze warning, but parts of Bexar County will still see a light freeze tomorrow. I'll tell you those details coming up in just a bit.
Fine discussion about healthy eating during the break.
Tonight's topic is kale.
It's kale.
Clean eating.
Kale's good for you. So are colder temperatures, because I'm not getting, we were talking about being like, I feel like I was getting angry that I'm sweating in November.
Yeah.
We're much more relaxed now that we don't have to be sweaty anymore.
Absolutely. Sweater weather. Exactly right. All right, so here's the thing. We kind of skipped fall and went into winter. It feels a lot like January out there than mid-November. It's 47 degrees this evening in San Antonio, but we do have a wind chill. It feels like 44 rather, with a wind from the northeast at 6 miles per hour. The big story, most immediate thing to keep in mind is that early tomorrow morning, many areas will see their first freeze of the season. New Braunfels, Hondo, Uvalde, Rock Springs, Kerrville, the Hill Country is under the gun for that first freeze early tomorrow morning, just for about a couple of hours or so. And as we look a little bit closer, north of this pink line, that's where we're going to be seeing a freeze. New Braunfels, Canyon Lake, Bulverde, Helotes, Bernie, Rio Medina, Hondo, Uvalde, Kerrville, and Comfort. All of these areas north of that pink line likely to see the first freeze of the season. Notice in San Antonio, it's going to be 35 degrees. So we'll likely stay just above freezing in San Antonio proper. I can go ahead and zoom in even further here and highlight some of the neighborhoods in northern Bexar County, generally north of 1604. So if you live in the Stone Oak area, the Rim, Helotes area, Scenic Oaks, Leon Springs, Bulverde, Timberwood Park, those areas in northern Bexar County will likely see a first freeze early tomorrow morning. In your KSAT 12-hour forecast, will start the day with mostly sunny skies and chilly in the morning. Light wind from the north, so a touch of a wind chill, but nothing like what we were seeing earlier this morning with north winds up to about 25 miles per hour. Around noon tomorrow, 54 degrees, so Sunday brunch is going to be a little chilly. We'll see partly cloudy skies in the afternoon tomorrow and a high temperature of 60 degrees in San Antonio. Elsewhere, it'll be 59 in Bulverde, 62 at Rio Medina, 62 in Floresville, 62 in Seguin, and 60 in Kerrville. All right, it is still the driest year to date in San Antonio. We only received 0.02 of an inch of rainfall with that front moving through yesterday. We are ahead of pace as far as the driest year from even 2011. Remember how bad 2011 was for us? And we really only have about a 40% chance for some scattered activity Monday with a new cold front moving through. And even then, it'll be light rain at best. But let's talk about that next rainfall event. There's our cold front that's currently moving through parts of the northeast. That's the one that moved through yesterday. Here's the system that's going to be bringing us that chance for rain on Monday and keeping us cool. Take a look at these temperatures. That low is going to grab all of this cold core of air and continue to push it southward. It is in the single digits in parts of the Dakotas. In fact, it's colder in San Antonio than it is in New York City. New York City today, this evening, is at 62 degrees. There's some nearly 20 degrees warmer than us this evening. As we look at the futurecast, that front will approach on Monday, and in the morning, we'll have scattered light rain, potentially a damp morning commute early Monday morning. Again, only light rain expected for us. And then behind that front, it's expected to stay cool. That is a reinforcing shot of cool air. So unlike the last couple of times when our cold air has only been short-lived, that is not going to be the case. The high temperatures this week will only be in the 50s, even cooler on Thursday. And each morning we'll have mornings in the upper 30s. So sweater weather is here to stay, at least for a week, guys.
You guys know what you can make now that it's chilly?
What's that?
Sausage and kale soup.
Oh.
Sounds disgusting.
No, it doesn't. I mean, that's like Italian wedding soup.
It is.
Good.
He just likes to hate on us.
We were told to wrap it up. I didn't want to talk about kale anyways. Andrew, let's talk to you about Larry heading to a place that's even colder here in South Texas. That's Lambeau Field.
I mean, it might be negotiable. Lambeau might be the same temperature as it is down here. Either way, he and the Cowboys are heading up to Wisconsin for Mike McCarthy's homecoming. He is about to face his old team, the Green Bay Packers, week come up. Larry will have a preview. Plus, Harlan, in their playoff opener at Ferris Stadium, put on an offensive show. Got the highlights next.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Cowboys return off their bye week to take on head coach Mike McCarthy's old team, the Green Bay Packers, at historic Lambeau Field. KSAT 12's Larry Ramirez is on his way up to Green Bay, and he has more on tomorrow's big matchup.
Normally we fly into Milwaukee to go to Green Bay, but that wasn't an option this time around. So instead, we're here in Chicago at O'Hare International Airport. Now we're going to head north of Green Bay to get ready to cover the Cowboys Packers game Sunday afternoon. It's about a 3-hour drive to Lambeau Field from here, so not too bad at all. But let's talk football, folks. One of the big stories this week is Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy returning to Green Bay for the first time as a coach after the Packers fired him late in the 2018 season. He was the Packers field boss from 2006 to 2018 and led them to Super Bowl 45 victory. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is ready to make McCarthy's return to Lambeau a successful one.
But not a lot has to be said about this week. We know what our coach means to us. We know how long he was up there. We know how special this, I guess you can say, going back is going to be for him. But more importantly, it's about this team, what we've got building, where we're going, and getting this win. Today's his birthday, so it'll be a birthday weekend for him, and that'll be his present.
McCarthy, who turned 59 on Thursday, said this game will be very special for his family, and you have to imagine it will be special for McCarthy as well. Andrew, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Larry. The bi-district round of the UIL football playoffs wraps up this afternoon at Ferris Stadium. Harlan taking on Del Rio in Class 6A. Picked this one up late in the first quarter. Hawks get on the board first. Quarterback Noah Ferris goes deep for Mickey Dusing, who hauls it in for the 27-yard touchdown. Great pass, great catch. It's 7-0 Harlan. Second quarter now. Hawks offense stays hot. This time Jacob Gonzalez takes the handoff, finds some running room, and powers his way in for the 14-yard score. That makes it 14-0 Harlan, and the Hawks just pour it on from there as we head to the big game coverage scoreboard. Harlan wins it 42-3, and in the first round of the TAPS playoffs, Central Catholic falls to Dallas Bishop Lynch 41-21. Berths at State are on the line this afternoon in high school volleyball, and there's a great crowd on hand at Littleton Gym. Lavernia taking on Belleville in the Class 4A regional final. Bears pulling away in the first set. Mackenzie Blunt delivers with a cross-court kill, and the Bears take the first set 25-21. This one goes the distance, a full 5-set match, and Lavernia is hanging tough late. Bailey Schiebelbein with some perfect placement on this roll shot. That makes it 14-11 in the fifth, but they can't quite clutch out the win. Sydney McKay seals an epic match with this kill, and the Bears come up just short of the state tournament. 3-2 is the final.
Everything here was everything that I could have asked for, and have given them the best experience that they will remember. Maybe not the ending quite that they want, but you can't ask for a better regional final than this one right here.
Next on the court, Yoakum taking on Columbus in the Class 3A regional final. Lady Bulldogs trying to keep their season alive, trailing 2-0 and rallying in the third. Jayana Phillips gets the push shot to fall. That ties it up at 22-all, but Columbus ends the match on a 3-0 run, and on match point, Allie Tribe spikes one down the line. A great season for the Bulldogs, ends a win short at state. 3-0 is the final. In Class 2A, Johnson City falls to Schulenburg in straight sets. And in Class 1A, DeHennis returns to the state tournament for the fourth time in the last 6 years by sweeping Natchez in a Class 1A regional final. So the Cowgirls will be the only representative from our region at state. They will play on Wednesday, and we wish them the best of luck.
They got it. Good luck to them.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
A light freeze in the hill country and northern parts of Bexar County. 60 degrees for the high temperature, though, tomorrow. And in the next several days, some scattered rain on Monday. Another cold front keeps us chilly all week long. Mornings in the 30s, afternoons in the 50s.
We were having so much fun, I didn't even realize this was the end of the show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't worry, we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you then.